Hello and good morning. I am doing a series of videos today. This is my second video. If you saw my previous video, I was just doing my morning skincare routine. I had a different set of ears on. I'm kind of changing up the ears because I'm not changing my shirt because I'm being lazy. But this next part is going to be fun and me just doing a little bit of a DIY because I do like to DIY a bit, but I'm not a chemist or a formulator or anything like that. So a lot of my DIY actually just has to do with getting the color or the texture of something that I want. For example, you know, I talked about my everyday red lipstick and my everyday pink lipstick, which I carry on about all the time, and how I just mixed a bunch of existing lip stains and glossy lip stain, lip tint type lipsticks that I have to get this color so that, you know, I can continue to wear it because I love this color. It's my everyday red, but it's discontinued by ColourPop, and so I used what I had to mix it to get the shade I wanted and to approximate the shade that I wanted. So that's what I'm doing now. I don't know how long this is going to take. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. It could be a giant mess, but I have wet wipes. I have a little powder sifting container that I will use. I have got out the mortar and pestle, so you know this is serious. This is going to get very, very messy. And I was sort of thinking I might try to like do an overhead, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have that kind of setup. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because if you've watched one of my makeup diary videos, one of the more recent ones, I talked about this glow blush from OXX, and I don't really like it, but I don't want to throw it away or declutter it or get rid of it because it's decent. It's glowy, you know, but it doesn't show up very well on my cheeks, and I like a glowy blush. And this is more of a highlighter or a blush topper than a blush for me. So what I want to do is use some of my other blushes that I have that I don't like or don't really want to continue to use because I don't think it's very good. And I am going to DIY myself just by mixing colors and pulverizing it into a powder to come up with a super glowy blush to use. And then the next video is going to be me getting ready and I will use the blush. So we'll see how it goes, okay? And I'm just gonna adjust and kind of do it as I go. This is serious. I have my mortar and pestle. Don't worry, it's clean. Because I'm going to crack that into there to pulverize it because I think that would be better than me trying to I'm just trying to find something to use to break this up. You know, I don't know, do stuff to break it with something that's not quite meant to be used to pulverize stuff. So I'm just gonna crack into this, as you can see. And I'm not gonna do all of it. I'm just gonna do some of it because I wanna adjust as I go. So I've kind of cracked out that part and it's in there. Now, as far as blush colors go, I'm just using things that I don't like, that I don't ever reach for, that I will eventually declutter. And one of them is this blush from Mecca, and it's the Chick Cheek blush, and it's not very good. That's all I have to say about it. It's not very good. It doesn't have good pigment. I don't like the pigment. I don't love the color. So I'm just gonna crack into it and put some of that in there. And I'm just gonna like keep adding and keep going until I get a color I like. So there's more. You can see the color difference. I've got this Sheglam Love Dive in the color Your Peachy. It's kind of like a peachy pink and it's bright, but I don't wear it because it's matte and it's Sheglam, so it's not terribly you know, I'm not going to be terribly upset if I... So there's some of that in there. Let's just mix that. Let's just stop there for now. I'm going to get the pestle. Which one's the mortar and which one's the pestle? And I'm just going to do that just to mush it all down. So I'm just doing that. There's probably a better way to set, you know, to have this set up, but I don't know what that's going to be. But that's pretty well mixed. Oh gosh, this is going to be such a mess. It's colored powder and it's getting everywhere, but that's what that's looking like, and that's looking pretty bright, right? So I'm just gonna see, that's still not, yeah, that's decent. Do I like the color? It needs more glow. It needs more glow. It's looking very matte, I think because of the Sheglam. So I'm gonna put more of this into it. And I think I'm going to put some of this in here too, because this is the Flower Pyramids. I don't even know what this is. Multi-dimensional color, soft shimmering finish. I didn't like it. I wanted it to be like a glowy blush. And this is me, like, you know, really cracking into it. But it's glowy, but not what I wanted. But it's glowy. It's got glow. So let's see how this goes. Might have gotten a little too enthusiastic because I've just like cracked into the whole thing. Oh well. So that's what we've got going on there. More crushy. I think I'm going to need to, after I crush everything in the mortar and pestle, give it a really good mix. Because crushing it is one thing, but I need to mix it so that I actually end up with the color that I think I'm going to get. But I have to tell you, the whole mortar and pestle crushing thing, it's working very well. And I am liking, and I apologize if you're seeing the top of my head a lot because I'm looking down. Sorry, this is what I'm doing. Just giving it a bit of a mix. And now let's see how we go. Oh yes, that's way more glowy, and I am liking that a lot more. And that is looking like it will give me shine and pigment. Okay, so I'm just gonna toss the rest of this in here, because there's just, oh, oops, what did I do? I thought I threw a chunk, I like broke a chunk onto my pants, but I didn't. Fortunately, I didn't. You know what's really satisfying about this is the fact that, and this is, okay, this is gone. It's all in here. I think I need a bit more of this just to make sure I keep it bright. And I think I have enough glow in there from the flower illuminizing powder that this being matte is not going to get rid of my glow, but that's what we are working with so far. And I'm just, you know, continuing to do this and continuing to pulverize it into what I hope is a very fine powder. And I don't have a problem using loose powder. I actually like loose powder. Not when I travel, but I don't really travel that much. And a lot of my travel is sort of into the city for a couple of days, you know, when hubby has work. So I'm not too fussed about it. So I'm just going to mix this up again. I just have this tiny little like spatula thing that I don't even know where I got from in the first place. I need to make sure that I don't end up with so much powder in here that it doesn't fit in here too. That's another thing I have to remember. And I think this is I want to say a 20 gram container, or maybe a 50, 30. I don't know, I forget. This is 10 grams. It is a 10 gram container. I do remember that. That was from Daiso. This one was from Amazon. So if I go back and check on Amazon and what I bought, I will probably know. So let's see how we're looking. I want it to be bright. I can see the glow. Can you see the glow? Or does it need more glow? Yeah, that's nice. I think I'm going to stop here. I think I will stop here, and I will put it in my little container, and then I will finish up with this video, and then I will do the next one of me getting ready, and I will use this. So then we can see how that worked out. I'm very excited about this. I think it's fun. If you're bored out of your brains watching me do this, I'm sorry. Don't watch. And I always sort of say, you know, I do this, like, we had friends over yesterday, and they were like, oh, why do you have a YouTube channel, and what do you do? And I was like, I just started doing it. So I was, you know, originally just making really crappy videos for they're still crappy, okay? Like, let's not nitpick about that. For my mom, to just help her, like, know what skincare to put on, when, what, and it was for my sister, and it was for a friend, you know? And I really haven't sort of gone beyond that. And I do that, I'll still do a lot of that. I just did a skincare one, you know, the previous one was for my mom. But I just kind of I like doing this for myself, and it's fun for me, and I, you know, like to talk to myself. I don't know. But one of the big things is I have been having speech issues with the menopause, where my brain and my mouth are not connecting. And when I start to say something, I quite often will stop. And I don't know if you've noticed it from previous videos, and the words don't come out. I'm thinking it. I know what I want to say, but I can't get the words to come out. And so part of doing this, and the reason I do this, is so that I can continue to talk, because I work from home. You know, it's just me. I have video calls with my clients, but that's not every day all the time. And of course I talk to hubby. But a lot of that, you know, sort of brain, mouth, stopping, not connecting, happens a lot when I'm talking to hubby. And that was when he sort of said, oh, that's something going on there. You know, you need to figure this out. But anyway, so this is my way of practicing talking and speech and making sure that, you know, my brain and my mouth continue to connect and that I'm articulate, because I would hate for me to get to the point where, you know, I'm in a meeting and I'm talking to clients and then everything just stops because my brain has decided that my mouth and my brain are no longer wanting to be connected. And practice helps. So this is kind of what I'm doing. Yes, I'm just giving my hands a wipe because it all got very powdery and dirty. And I want to dry my hands. I'm just going to lean, dry my hands. And now, oh, this is going to be interesting. I only have this tiny little spoon. I should have been more prepared and like got a spoon. I do have a spoon. It's in the bathroom. Okay, I'm going to run and get the spoon. It'll take me like 3 seconds. And guess what? I made the bed, sort of. Spoon. This is actually a plastic spoon from Yoga Berry. I use them with my cooking to like test and scoop spices and things like that. And I have a lot of them because these were, before they switched to wooden spoons, the spoons they gave us. And they're really nice plastic spoons. And, you know, they're considered disposable. So, you know, you'd go and get a Yoga Berry, which is like yogurt ice cream thing. And I love it. I haven't had one in ages because we don't live close to one anymore. So this was way before, like, because we've lived here for 10 years. And anyway, so I couldn't bring myself to throw them. So I was just keeping the spoons. So I am scooping and hopefully not making a mess and just putting in here. I think it's gonna fit. I think. How are we doing? Yes. I can fill up to that line, so I'm about halfway. I can't do this in front of you because if I do that, and the mortar and pestle is very heavy. And this is my small one. I'm also being really careful and trying not, excuse me, to spill all over my dressing table. Yes, it fits. Just fits. Here we go. That's all of it. All gone. I'll probably just, you know, pick it up out of the bottom, what I use. I'm gonna just scrape the last of it. I'm one of these really like strange people. I think it has to do with my upbringing and being Asian, you know, and having it harped into me not to waste and, you know, to eat everything and to use everything, and I still do that. I still scrape the ever-loving heck out of the last of everything that I have. Okay, it fits perfectly. That is one full jar. This has a sifter, but what I am going to do is I am going to take some tape and I am going to just close up some of these holes. And the reason I'm doing that is because these are pretty big holes. And you can see them. Yeah, they're pretty big holes. And I know this from using this for my powders. And if I shake too hard, I am going to get a ton of product coming out, and I don't think that's a good idea with blush. So I'm gonna be a bit conservative, and I have closed up, you probably can't see it very well, but I have closed up every hole except for 3 across, and hopefully that's enough. I actually think that might be a lot, but we'll see how we go. I'm just dipping my finger in here and seeing what color that is. Oh yeah, see, that's got nice glow. I do like that. So hopefully, and then this could, you know, very well end up being my perfect blush color, which is a melange of a lot of stuff that I've just destroyed. I actually had an orange blush from Sephora that I was looking for, but I might have given it away to my friend with the daughters, so I couldn't find it. So here we go. It fits perfectly. I don't have anything coming out. I did there was a little bit that has come out, like right there, but I am going to shut that, and I will end up having to put some tape around the edge of this because this does crack. It's not a very good container. It's not a very good quality container. So if I open and close this too much, this plastic does actually end up cracking. So I've got to figure out what to do about that. But I have actually ended up like switching containers a few times for that reason. But we're just going to go with it for now. I'm going to tidy up a little bit, and then I will stop this video, and then we can get ready and put the blush on. So yes, I'm such a tease, aren't I? Oh, I made this blush, but you can't see it on my face until the next video. So I'm just going to swatch that one more time so you can see what color that is, and look at that glow. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I am happy with that. So I'm going to do a little recap. What went in was all of this Flower Beauty Pyramids Cheek Color in PC1 Rose Glow. And as you can see, that's all gone. That looks like one of those baked products based on what that is done. I've used a bit more than half of this one, which was very matte, from Sheglam. This is the Sheglam Love Dive in your Peachy. I think I spent like $3 on it, so there's that. I've used part of this glow blush. I could probably have used all of it and just chucked it all in there. I don't think it would have made that much of a difference. I think what really made the big difference was this one, the Flower Beauty, in terms of just really giving me the glow. But I think, you know, that probably did add to it somewhat. And then the other one that I used was the Mecca Max one in Candy Coral Chic Cheek. And I didn't like this one, so I was quite happy to crack into it. But I didn't put that much into it because, you see, this has terrible pigment. It was a little bit too, like, burnt deep color for me, and I wanted more of that color as opposed to that color. But I'll see. Maybe I'll mix these two and the rest of this with like a bright champagne, like blinding bright champagne highlighter of some sort that I don't or never use, and see what happens there. So maybe we'll see, but that's part 2 for another day. But for now, we're gonna do a little bit of tidying up. You don't want to see the mess over here. It's pretty shocking. And then I will do the face, and then we'll see how the blush looks. Okay, thank you. That was super fun for me. Hopefully you kind of enjoyed it. But yes, 25 minutes by the time I'm done with the outro. 26 minutes. Thank you so much for hanging in here with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Do all the YouTube-y things. Leave a hammer emoji if you ever get to this part. I know very few people do. I think Echo's probably the only one who kind of gets this far. And she's not been on top of things recently because there's just stuff going on. And yeah, so if you're the sending good vibes thoughts type, send Echo some good vibes, because that girl needs it. Yeah, so Echo, I am thinking of you. I hope you get back on top of things soon. I love you. And yeah, so that's it. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.